Hello and a very good evening. Today in this class, I'll be starting up with a new topic. The name of the topic is Death of a Salesman by Arthur Miller. Okay, he's an American playwright and essayist who lived from 1915 to 2005. Okay, so the play was first published in 1949 and it had won 1949 Pulitzer Prize for Drama. It's a two-act tragedy. Okay, and the setting is Brooklyn, New York, America, of course, and year of action is 1940s. Okay, so the play shows 24 hours in the day of Willie Loman, who is the main character, the protagonist of the play, and with frequent flashbacks from his past. Okay, so it's not an easy play to understand because there are so many flashbacks. Okay, so often students complain that they do not understand what is going on in the present and which one is the flashback. Okay, this is the problem that actually makes it more complicated to understand. Okay, however, definitely I'll make it easier for you, and let's just begin with the play. So it's I've already mentioned that it's a two-act play. Okay, two-act play. So Willie Loman is a 63-year-old traveling salesman. Okay, so our main character, our protagonist, he is what? He is a 63-year-old traveling salesman. He has just returned home from another unsuccessful sales trip. Okay, over the years, Willie has become more disillusioned about his failure as a salesman, following blindly the American dream. Now, what is American dream? Very, very important. Also, kindly note it down because American dream is one of the most important question for your semester exam as well, because when we are reading Death of a Salesman or any American like poem, or maybe the drama or a novel, American dream becomes a very important topic. Okay, automatically. So what is American dream? I mean, I don't know whether you have heard it or not. American dream is basically, it means that if you have passion, if you are likable, you can do anything, you can become rich. Okay, so this is American dream, that if you are passionate enough, then and you are likable, then definitely you can do anything, you can become rich, and that is the most important aspects of American dream. Clear? So let's just get back to Willie Loman, who is our main character. He is a 63-year-old traveling salesman, and he had just returned from another unsuccessful sales trip, because this man, he actually blindly followed American dream. That, as I've already mentioned, that what is American dream. But now at the age of 63, he had realized that that was such an error of judgment to have those kind of like ideology, that to follow blindly American dream. He has had suicidal thoughts, as he utters to his wife Linda, "I have such thoughts, I have such strange thoughts." This is a quotation. Okay, it means that he have suicidal thoughts. Now this man Willie, Willie has two sons, Beef, who is aged 34, and Happy, who is aged 32, and they have come to visit their parents, that is Linda and Willie. Okay, because at that point, in Western countries it's very common. Okay, even in India also now it's very common that the kids actually they move to different places, and they shift, maybe sometimes due to job purposes, and maybe sometimes due to educational purposes. Okay, so they shift and live separately from their parents. Okay, so it's very common. So Biff has been laboring on farms in the West without success. Against his father's wish, he chose nature over city life, as he defends his career choice to his brother Happy, like to get on that subway on the hot mornings in summer, to suffer 50 weeks a year for the sake of a 2 week vacation, when all you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt off. So what else a man could ask for? Like, he is a nature boy, okay? Beef, the older son, the elder son, he is a nature boy, clear. And he just loves like nature and greenery and everything. And he does not love his father or have any kind of respect for his father or his profession. Okay, so Happy is an assistant, the younger one, the younger boy of Willie is an assistant to an assistant in departmental shop. He manipulates and sleeps with his executives girlfriends. So this is a very manipulative boy. The younger one is a very manipulative boy. He's a very money oriented person and he can do anything for promotion. Okay, now there's a flashback now. Okay, so in this flashback, Willie returns from a business trip. His young boy Biff and Happy hug him in excitement. Are you getting my point? Like, this is basically Willie who is thinking, who is like having flashback at the moment, who is thinking about a business trip where he have just returned from a business trip. And his young boys, because they were young at that point of time, Biff and Happy hug him in excitement যেরকম বাচ্চারা করে থাকে. They wash his car and look up to their father as a hero, as a role model. Okay, he teaches them the importance of being well liked by saying, they know me, boys. They know me up and down, New England, the finest people. And when I bring you fellas up, there will be open sesame for all of us. Cause one thing, boys, I have friends. Because what is open sesame? Open sesame means that once he will progress in life, there will be open sesame. It means that they will have enough money, they will have huge money. Okay, they can live luxurious life. Okay, this is a definite example of American dream, that if he works hard he will be rich, if he is passionate and likable he will be rich. Okay, anyone can be rich. Willie expresses his desire for his neighbor Charlie, a successful businessman, and Charlie's son Bernard, a serious student but lacking in charisma, unlike the Lumen brothers. Okay, here we have got some idea about Biff, who is an exceptional football player. Like in his childhood, he was an exceptional football player in school, liked by all, and he's very popular, and but he needs to study hard to pass his math exam, so he was weak in maths. Okay, lately he has been stealing other students' things. Happy, as Linda suggests, is flirting with the neighborhood girls in a kind of cunning manner and in a shameful way. So Happy was like that from the beginning. Okay, like he's very manipulative and very I would say flirtatious. Away from his sons, Willie confronts to his wife Linda that they will not be able to pay their bills, and that he is full of self doubt since he is not a successful salesman. Linda reassures Willie that everything will be fine, do not worry, everything will be fine. Just then he kisses the woman, who thanks him for presenting. Presenting what? Presenting her with beautiful stockings. Who is this woman? Any idea who is this woman? Definitely not Linda. This woman is Willie's mistress during his long travels. She is with him in a hotel room in Boston. So you can understand that this man, Willie Loman, he is saying that he will not be able to pay the bills. Okay, he will not be able to pay their bills, and that he is full of self doubt since he is not a successful salesman. He is giving all this excuses to his wife, but he have enough money to give beautiful stockings to his mistress. Okay, So he is having extramarital affairs. Okay, so try to understand, these are all flashbacks. Okay, now we will again return to present day. ক্লিয়ার? এই যে এতক্ষণ যেগুলো কিছু চলছিল, মানে যেইটুকু সময় আমি বলছিলাম যে বিফ লাইক ফ্ল্যাশব্যাক কোথা থেকে শুরু হয়, দ্যাট উইলি রিটার্ন ফ্রম আ বিজনেস ট্রিপ, and like both the boys, Biff and Happy, they were so much excited and hug him in excitement. Okay, সেখান থেকে কিন্তু ফ্ল্যাশব্যাক শুরু হয়, মানে আগের লাইফটা বিফ লাইক ওর যে আগের লাইফটা ছিল সেটার ব্যাপারে কিন্তু এখানে বলছি আমি, সেখান থেকে কিন্তু ফ্ল্যাশব্যাকটা শুরু হচ্ছে অবভিয়াসলি। ওকে, অ্যান্ড আফটার দ্যাট আমরা দেখছি যে কোথায় এন্ড হচ্ছে ফ্ল্যাশব্যাকটা, যেখানে কিনা আমরা উইলির যে মিস্ট্রেস তার ব্যাপারে জানতে পারছি। ওকে, সো প্রেজেন্ট ডেতে আমরা দেখব উইলি রিটার্নস ফ্রম হিজ ডে ড্রিম। এখন এতক্ষণ ও ডে ড্রিম দেখছিল, ফ্ল্যাশব্যাকে ছিল। নাও হি রিটার্নস ফ্রম হিজ ডে ড্রিম। হি ফাইন্ডস লিন্ডা মেন্ডিং হার ওল্ড স্টকিংস ইন দ্য কিচেন অ্যান্ড স্কোল্ডস হার ফর ইট। ওকে, now he just saw in the present day, he saw Linda, his wife, that she is mending her stockings, old stockings, because he doesn't he have never gifted his wife anything, and his wife is mending her old stockings because she doesn't have any new stockings. Okay, so ওটা দেখে অবভিয়াসলি মানে ভিলির কিন্তু খারাপ লাগে যে হি কুড হ্যাভ ডান সামথিং ফর হিজ ওয়াইফ, বাট হি ডিডেন্ট, although he had money at that point of time, but he didn't. Okay, so he was very irresponsible, but he finds Linda mending her stockings in the kitchen and scolds her for it. So কার উপরে রাগটা মানে এ করতে হবে, তো সেটার জন্য কিন্তু he scolds her for doing this. Okay, Charlie, the wealthy neighbor, comes over to meet Willie. They begins to play cards. Just at that time, he sees his brother Ben coming out from a wall. The two brothers begin a conversation. Again, flashback. Okay, just to tell you that, but brother Ben is already dead. Okay, brother Ben is dead. So he is having flashback here. So, in this flashback, Ben has decided to explore the jungles of Africa and Alaska to find diamonds. Okay, so he is giving us an idea about what has happened in the past. Ben is his brother who is dead now. Okay, are you getting my point? Are you all getting my point? Ben is dead now, but this is the flashback. Okay, that I'm talking about. Ben has decided to explore the jungles of Africa, and Willie just thinks about Ben, that how he have become rich overnight. Yes, his luck supported him, definitely. He found their diamonds, and Willie remembered his father, a flute maker who traveled with his family to sell the flutes in different parts of America. He earned well, but when Willie was younger, their father abandoned them forever. Now Ben is also going to abandon them, okay, like forever. And he also thinks that like he have that trauma, Willie have that trauma of past, that as I have told, that his father has abandoned him and the family. Willie reminiscence about how Ben became rich overnight, since his luck supported him, and he found a diamond mine in distant land, while Willie is still struggling and failing in new work. Okay, then in present day, you will see that while playing cards, Charlie offers Willie a job. Okay, Willie has been regularly borrowing money from Charlie, but this insults him. Charlie leaves. Linda goes upstairs to discuss Willie's troubled mental state with her sons. She confesses to them that Willie has tried to commit suicide once through a car crash, and second by inhaling gas through a rubber hose. Okay, Linda, I don't say he is a great man. Willie Loman never made a lot of money. His name was never in the paper, but he is he's his husband. He is her husband ultimately, right? Most importantly, Linda believes that he is a human being. Willie is at least a human being. So no matter if his husband is popular or not, her husband is popular or not, or her husband is not that rich, but ultimately he's a human being, and and a terrible thing is happening to him. So as a family, they should take care of him, and so attention must be paid. Okay, because he have suicidal tendencies. Clear? He is not to be allowed to fall in to his grave like an old dog. Attention must be finally paid to such a person, right? Beef is disappointed. He could not stand up to his father's expectation to become a salesman. To please his father, he decides that he will borrow money from his previous employer, Bill Weaver Oliver. From this money, Beef and Happy will start a sports goods business. Okay, so they have come together as a family to save Willie Loman, because as their father have suicidal tendencies. Easy till now? So Willie, who always wanted his sons to become a salesman, a popular salesman, a salesman who is successful, he's thrilled about Biff's idea and gives him some piece of advice on being liked and success. Meanwhile, Linda convinces Willie that he must also meet his employer, Howard Wegener, and ask for a job in New York rather than traveling at his age. Willie agrees, and this comes like here comes an end of Act 1. Okay, so Act 2 begins. Act 2 begins with the meeting of the father and the son. Do not go as expected. So here you will see two meetings. Which are these two meetings? So one meeting is Willie Loman with his boss Howard, who wants now a permanent job in New York, because as his wife has suggested, Linda have suggested that at this age he should not travel enough. Okay, he should not travel frequently. So as suggested by his wife Linda, he want a permanent job in New York town. And another meeting is between whom? Between his son Biff and Oliver. Okay, who is Oliver? Oliver is Bill Oliver is obviously the boss of Beef and the previous boss of Beef, and Beef want to me like want or he have fixed a meeting because he want to borrow some money, okay, from this man Oliver, because he want to start a new business, right? But unfortunately, the both the meetings were not that much successful. Why? We'll come to know about it. First, Beef was absolutely he was unrecognized by this man, uh, Oliver. Okay, so Oliver just say like, who are you? He couldn't recognize him, and that had created a lot of self doubt and lack of self confidence that has you can see in Beef. So what happens? Oliver does not recognize. He doesn't even recognize Beef, for which his self confidence is destroyed, just like his father. On the other hand, what happens, like similarly, like what has happened to Beef, I have already mentioned. Similarly, like Willie, who have visited or who have like visited his boss, the young Howard Wegener, fires him rather than keeping him, just for asking for a secure job, for a settled job. He want to settle in New York town, right? But for asking for that, he have been fired by Howard Wegener. And this is the harsh truth of American dream, that is capitalism, profit. What is capitalism? Profit, profit, and profit. Profit over relationship strikes, and it badly affected Willie. While borrowing more money from Charlie, he encounters Bernard, Charlie's son, who has now become a successful lawyer, unlike his own boys who have been less than mediocre. Okay, so there was a time when these two boys, like at in their childhood, they used to play with this boy. Who is this boy? Charlie কে? Charlie হচ্ছে ওদের নেইবার। ওকে, সো নেইবার তার যে ছেলে তার নাম বার্নার্ড। ওকে, তো যখন ওরা সবাই ছোট ছিল, মানে আই এম টকিং অ্যাবাউট বিফ অ্যান্ড হ্যাপি, দ্য টু বয়েজ অফ হুম, the two boys of Willy Loman. Okay, so when he was small boy, Bernard, উইলি লোম্যান কিন্তু পরিষ্কার তার যে দুটো ছেলে তাদেরকে বারণ করে দিয়েছিল যে নো, ডু নট মিক্স উইথ দিস গাই বার্নার্ড, বিকজ ও আলটিমেটলি টোটাল ফেলিয়ার হবে লাইফে। বাট হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্ড অ্যাকচুয়ালি ইজ টোটালি অপোজিট সিনারিও উই ক্যান সি হিয়ার। হোয়াট হ্যাপেন্স ইজ কি, মানে উইলি লোম্যানেরই যে দুটো ছেলে তারা কিন্তু কোনোভাবেই সাকসেসফুল তাদেরকে বলা যায় না, রাইট? So the dinner get together. Here you will see a scene where you will see the dinner get together. Beef and Happy have met. Okay, what happens here? Let's see. So these two boys, basically they are trying to like make arrangement to take their father for dinner at Frank's shop house. Since both Beef and Willie feel disillusioned, a big argument um, like enraged between the two at the restaurant, and it results Willie moves toward the washroom while Beef and Happy walk out accompanied by two call girls. Flashback. Okay, again, since Willie is alone in a washroom, what will happen? Flashback. Okay, because this man's kind of goes back to flashbacks, and he have like daydreaming and flashbacks very often. Okay, so what he sees in flashback: young Beef has failed his high school math examination. I have told you that Beef, as a young boy, he was a very he was very weak in mathematics. Okay, and he takes a train to Boston to talk to his father about it, because he was a very good football player, but he was very weak in mathematics. Okay, in the hotel room, Beef finds his father with his mistress. Oh my God, just imagine. Beef was young at that age, but he was not that young that he won't understand anything. Okay, so just try to imagine the situation. Like, Beef was a young boy, and he have a vision of his father as a role model, as a hero or a superhero. We all have our we all have a picture of our dad as a superhero, right? We all sees like that, we all see like that, we all visualized like that our father, like all of our fathers are superheroes to us, isn't it? So Beef was boy. He have reached that age that he understands certain things, but since he was very upset, he just visited his father to just share everything with him, that he failed in high school mathematics. Okay, but in that hotel room, what he sees is something very shocking. Okay, so he just caught his father, Willie, and his mistress. Okay, so Beef find his father with his mistress, and the woman with another woman who is not, of course, his mother. Beef is shattered. He do not know what to say, what to do. Willie is like, she's nothing to me. He is giving excuses now. She's nothing to me. You are misunderstanding me. Okay, Beef, I was lonely. I was terribly lonely. And Beef now says, you gave her mama's stockings. So these are mama's stockings. It's supposed to be gifted to mama. Okay, and you have gifted this to another woman. In Beef's eyes, his hero dad is in reality a phony little fake, and his American dream is nothing more than a sham. Okay, so what has resulted from here? Beef did not enroll for college and started leading a disillusioned life. Okay, so he's he also have a traumatic life. Like, the past life was not that much happy and healthy, because when you see the difference, like, for example, if you see a person as a hero, as your role model, and then all of a sudden he becomes villain, then obviously a child mentality or his psychological problem is bound to happen. Okay, so in present day, Willie is unable to find his son at the restaurant. Remember, they were in the restaurant. So when they moved with the call girls, the two boys moved with the call girls. Willie, unable to find his son at the restaurant, walks out to buy carrot and pea seeds. So, and he says, I have got to get some seeds right away. Nothing planted. I don't have a thing in the ground. Okay, man, he have got nothing. He says that. After returning home in the darkness of the night, Willie starts to sow these seeds in the barren backwood. He, as usual, he starts muttering to himself, and he again goes back to flashback. Okay, again flashback. What he sees is brother Ben again. He sees his brother Ben's ghost. Ben died soon after finding his fortune. The two converse about Willie's life insurance money of $20,000. So now he remembers that, okay, if I die, then the life insurance policy will, like, my family will get it, right? So everything will be solved and sorted. Willie tells Ben that Biff, Linda, and Happy will be very happy if they get that money after his death. Finally, his American dream will come true. The house will be theirs, okay? The ghost of Ben vanishes after uttering, the jungle is dark but full of diamonds, meaning that only death will bring light to them. Only death will become hope to them. Okay, so Willie's death will bring hope to their family. Willie moves out of the house in his speeding car, and guess what? Obviously, it just led to Willie's funeral. Yes, Willie is dead because he just speeded up his car, and for that reason he died. Only his family and Charles and Bernard attended his funeral. Biff remember the good in his father, and he says there were a lot of nice days when he had come home from a trip, or on Sundays making the stoop, finishing the cellar, putting on the new porch. You know something, Charlie, there is more of him in that front stoop than in all the cells he ever made. Biff is his father's son, so he somehow associate his failures to his father, but he promises himself that he will make his life more blissful and attainable than his father ever did. On the contrary, Happy, who was very manipulative, he misinterprets his father's suicide as fulfillment of his American dream. So he just thought that since his father believes that ultimately he have to become rich, so he have done that, and so Happy resolves to make as much money as possible in life. Charlie praises Willie as the truest salesman who ever lived, whose happiness depend on his customers' happiness. Okay, Charlie then say that he don't put a bolt to a nut. He don't tell you the law or give you medicine. He is a man way out there in the blue, riding on a smile and shoe shine. A salesman is got to dream, boy. It comes with the territory. Okay, so you can understand that Willie Loman is dead now, and everyone leaves the funeral except Linda, standing over the husband's grave. She is unable to cry. Okay, she feels Willie will return home soon after another sales trip. Facing the reality, she speaks to the grave, to her husband who had worked his lifetime to pay off for their house. I made the last payment on the house today. Today, dear, and there'll be nobody home. Okay, so here the play comes to an end, and I hope this particular play, Death of a Salesman, is clear. If in case you find any difficulty, do let me know. For more such interesting videos, follow our channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.